Hi there, I'm Alex Johnson. I am so honored to speak to you about transforming your Rotary Club. Let me quickly tell you a little bit about me. I joined Rotary in 2003. I've been in club and district leadership over the years in a lot of different roles. I've actually attended PETS 3 times. I presented at PETS. I've graduated Rotary Leadership Institute, and I'm also a facilitator for the Institute. I'm a Paul Harris Fellow +2. I'm in the Bequest Society. I'm a benefactor. I'm also in the Paul Harris Society. I'm actually a past president of a small club, and now I'm president of a large club. What I'm going to do is talk about how Plano West Rotary became the fastest growing Rotary club in the United States. We tripled our growth. What I'm showing you here is our website, planowеstrotary.com. I encourage you to look at it. You'll get to see our members in action. But before I start, I want to tell you unabashedly, I consider a Rotary Club's president 3 priorities: is service, the foundation, and membership. Now that everybody's going back, meeting in person, I hear often from club presidents, oh, we're going to get back to normal. Everything's going to go good. Well, the question is, were you doing well before COVID? Were you gaining members? If you weren't, how do you expect to have different results doing the same thing? Isn't that the definition of insanity? Well, Rotary International realized that. And in 2019, they relooked a new future for the organization, and they developed the Rotary Strategic Plan, which is called the Rotary Action Plan. So let me take you back. July 1st, 2020, I'm starting my year as president. One of the first questions we needed to ask is, do we represent Plano? Plano is a large suburb north of Dallas, Texas. We're in District 5810, the North Texas District. Well, there's 6 Rotary clubs in Plano. So what do we do to represent our community? Well, first, we needed to know who our community was. Plano has 300,000 people. Our Rotary Club had 21. Small club. Plano, 51% female. Our Rotary Club, only 14% female. Of our 21 members, we had 3 women. Plano, 44% non-white. Our Rotary Club was only 10% non-white. Of our 21 members, we had 2 minorities, me and a Pakistani friend I recruited. Plano, the median adult age was 51. Our Rotary Club, 67. I was 54 at this time. I was one of the youngest in the clubs. Plano, only 46% of the residents identified themselves as Christian. Our club was 100% Christian. We did not look like our community. How can we serve a community we don't look like? How do we understand those needs? We have to be our community. And that's what Rotary's been telling us. And to make it worse, we're losing members. So what we were doing was not working. So we knew we had to change. So my question to you, does this sound familiar? Does your club represent your community? All right, now we know where we came from. On July 1st, 2020. Let's see how we did enacting the Rotary Action Plan. This is what we looked like July 1st, 2021. We went from 21 to 63 members. We tripled our membership. We went from 14% female to 52% female. We are now a majority female club. We went from 10% non-white to 52% non-white. Our median age dropped from 67 to 50. In fact, our age ranges now go from 18 to 86. We went from 100% Christian to 90% Christian. So we have more diversity in religion. Can you believe we have immigrants from 7 different countries in our club? 32% of our club is under 40. Think about it. Rotaract used to be defined as ending at 40. So a third of our club could be considered Rotaractors. In fact, we have 9 college students in our club that are members of the Rotaract Club in college. They became Rotarians and then joined Rotaract. We have more Rotaractors in our Rotary Club than any of the Rotaract clubs in District 5810. We believe in Rotarians first. We also have members from the religions of Islam, Hindu, Christian, and we have some members that don't have a faith at all. We represent our community. We also have members of the LGBTQ plus representation. So we are Plano. When you look at our club, you see a mixture of the community and you see a club that's out there serving. So I know your question is, how did we do it? Well, I'm going to show you that. But not only am I going to show you how we did it, I'm going to show what we're doing this year to take it a step further.
We are people of action.
And when there's a challenge to confront, people of action come together and make a plan.
Even as we continue to help address global challenges, we're facing one of our own. When Rotary surveyed people around the world, we found a big gap between who we are as an organization today and who we need and want to be.
Our foundation is strong, but Rotary is ready to show that we can grow and become even stronger.
So we established our new action plan as a roadmap for how we can think differently, be more inclusive, and become a stronger, more effective Rotary.
The plan has 4 priorities. We're going to increase our impact because now more than ever, the world needs innovative planning and proved solutions. We'll be more data-driven, not just serving communities and doing good works, but measuring what we do so we can scale up our successes. And share more compelling stories about the good we do.
We will expand our reach by welcoming new people into Rotary and finding new ways to connect with people who share our commitment to making our communities and ourselves better. We'll enhance participant engagement by making sure everyone who connects with us gets even more out of their experiences than they put in.
And we'll increase our ability to adapt, because staying ahead of change while staying true to who we are is exactly how we make sure we have the staying power it takes to lead a new century of change.
Rotary's action plan is ambitious, but we can do it.
If we work together on new ways to think, plan, and take action, we will bring our communities and our organization to new heights.
Our legacy is in the making. Ready to do your part?
Let's show the world what it means to be people of action.
That is how we did it, through the Rotary Action Plan. So before I start getting into specifics about Plano West Rotary, let me get a little big picture on you. What do you see here? You see a gymnasium. So my question, knowing that gyms are businesses, they're not doing it for free, who are their clients? Well, their clients are the public. Now, that gym owner, how does he gauge their success? Well, they do it by the number of new members they get, because that's how they get paid, through memberships. Gyms sell physical fitness to attract members. All right, how about this? This is a church. Churches are businesses as well. Well, who are their clients? Well, for a church, anybody's their client. They will let anybody worship. How do they gauge their success? By the number of members. Churches sell religion to attract members, and those members tithe. This is the global headquarters for Rotary International. This is in Evanston, Illinois. John Hugo is Rotary International's General Secretary and CEO. He once said that as Rotarians, we need to treat Rotary as a business. So let's think about that. If Rotary is a business, who are our clients? Well, our clients are the public. Anybody become a Rotarian. So if we're a business, what are we selling? Well, we're 501c4. We're service organizations. We're selling service. That's our product. So if we're selling service to the public, how do we gauge our success? Well, that's actually the easiest question. Members, more members, more members. Rotary is selling service to attract more members. That's how we know if we're successful. Well, that's what Plano West Rotary Club did. We created what we call a service project assembly line. We just looked at all the different ways that we could serve our community, and we put on service projects and invited the public, the community, to serve with us. Well, the more they served with us, the more they joined our club. We did 75 service projects last year. That was over 6 service projects a month. We inducted over 4 members every month. It works. How does it work? Through the Rotary Action Plan. So let me show you. In order to increase our impact, last year, we led over 1,000 volunteers, and 80% of them weren't Rotarians. They were of the community. And we completed 75 projects. That was over 6 projects a month. Every week we were doing something. Also, we emphasized the Rotary Foundation every week, talked about its benefits, who it's helped, how we took advantage of it. And we also did it on social media. And what was the result of these actions? We did over 2,000 service hours. We also donated over $5,000 to the annual fund and $2,500 to Polio Plus. This was with a 21-member Rotary Club during the pandemic. Our outcomes? Through our service projects, we donated over $300,000 in goods. You know what? We didn't write a single check. We are not a check writing club. We partnered with other organizations, food banks, churches, the city, school district, and we handed out, donated goods. You know, we also were top 3 in per capita funding for the annual fund and Polio Plus. Yes, so while we did all the service, we were also focusing on the foundation. So what kind of impact did we have? How did we increase our impact last year? Well, we did multiple scholarships for the youth. We fed the hungry, we clothed the needy. We gave school supplies for the kids. You know, we had a COVID project. We partnered with the city. We increased Hispanic vaccinations by 9%. We restored the environment, and we also provided resources for the homeless, hygiene kits and food. From a global perspective, we had an international project where we provided shoes to Haitian micro-entrepreneurs for them to resell. And then through our giving through the Rotary Foundation, we impacted projects all over the world. That's how we increased our impact last year. So you ask, what have you done for me lately? Well, for this new Rotary year, we're going to have more impactful projects. We are actually developing practices to do better. We want to treat our local projects like mini global grants. We're going to be focusing our efforts. We're going to have measured results. Our goal is to have a minimum of 4 projects a month, but instead of focusing on the quantity, we're focusing on the quality. We also are going to be branching out to have more virtual service projects, projects that people can do from home no matter where they're located. Give them the ability of partnering with member organizations in their community. Our goal is to have at least 1 a month. We're also going to focus on our strengths. When you look at the 7 areas of focus, last year, over 80% of our projects were in growing local economies, protecting the environment, or disease prevention and treatment. That doesn't mean we're not going to do other areas, but We know if we focus on our strengths, we'll be more impactful. And then last but not least, we're going to have a greater focus on the foundation. Not only will we be applying for district grants, we're going to be applying for global grants that we can impact our community locally. We're going to be pursuing more donations from the public, not just our members. But we are going to be looking for our members to step up. We're going to be looking for existing Paul Harris Fellows to raise themselves to the next level. We're going to be looking for every one of our members to donate at least $25 as part of every Rotarian every year. We're going to be asking members that can to do planned giving. Overall, as a club, we have committed to donate more than $10,000 to the foundation between both the annual fund and Polio Plus. These are the ways that we're going to increase our impact for this Rotary year. Now let's talk about expanding our reach. As we know, last year, we were a small club and we didn't look like our community. Now, with that said, we were an amazing club. I was in another club, a larger club, for 15 years, and I came to Plano West Rotary because of these amazing people. Giving, they were doing service all the time. They represented service above self. Our challenge is we didn't represent our community. We knew we needed to change, so we did through the Rotary Action Plan. So now we represent our community. So now, as we move into this year, we want to expand our reach more. Now, when you think about it, Theodore Roosevelt, he had a saying, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Well, that's our belief in expanding our reach. Organizations, individuals, they don't care about Rotary. They want to know that we care. So when we look at our club, we've identified these underrepresented communities from our membership point of view. So the first thing we need to do is demonstrate that we care. So in the area of disabilities, we're working with leaders in the disabled community. So we're serving in that community. So we know that we are inclusive. We work alongside those with disabilities so we can help them. We're also going to serve in the Hispanic community. We're going to be partnering with mosques and temples so we can work together with Asians and non-Christians. We're going to be volunteering with North Texas Pride Festival. We're there to help the LGBTQ plus community. We want them to know that our doors are open. Rotary is inclusive to them and everyone. And we start off by being there with them and help them. And then we're also doing we're a hybrid club, but then we have virtual projects. So no matter where you live, they can join Plano West Rotary and they can serve in their community, or they don't have to join and they still can serve through our service projects. So that is how we're gonna expand our reach in this new year. So now let's talk about enhancing participant engagement. It's important. This is participants, not Rotarians, not members, but participants. Our participants are our volunteers, Rotarians and non-Rotarians alike. When you look at this picture, not everybody's a member of our club, but they're participants in our volunteer projects. We treat everybody equal. We are organized, we're structured. We provide everybody a great looking t-shirt. We focus on enhancing the volunteer experience. Then when you come inside the club, we treat our club members like they're employees, and we want to make sure that we're taking care of them. Our membership committee is really human resources, looking at the emotional, the physical, social, the financial aspects of our members. We focus on retention and engagement, not recruitment. That's our club. We also want to get our clubs vested. So we allow people to be leaders in committees and projects. They could be their first day in the club and we allow them to be in leadership. We have first day Rotarians stepping up to be leaders. We have 18-year-olds. We do not limit their ability. This gets them vested in the club and they tell their friends. That's what we did last year. So for this year, we're going to do more of the same, but even better. We're going to make sure we're more flexible in our projects, in our meetings, in our attendance. We don't require attendance at our meetings, but we do expect volunteers at our service projects. Geography, with our virtual projects, you could be anywhere and be a member of our club and volunteer with us. Service, we're going to have service often, different types, make them fun and make them impactful. We want to look to develop our leaders, giving leadership opportunity, leadership training, our careers from vocation. We want to celebrate what we do for a living. We want to offer formal training through the Learning Center and through the district, through the region. And our club will support our members doing that. And we also want to give members skills development through leading projects, through being on committees, through service or developing their skills. And last, we want to enhance our fellowship more. We want to create a family environment. You get fellowship during our meetings, but the most of our fellowship happens during our service projects. Look at this. That's how you get to know somebody, when you're working alongside of them, changing a life together. And then we have the social aspects. About a month ago, we had a barbecue in someone's backyard. We had over 60 people in attendance. It was awesome. These are the things that we're going to do to enhance our participant engagement for this current Rotary year. And then to increase our ability to adapt. What we did last year, over the last actually 3 years, we updated our constitution to the RI standard. It adds flexibility. We updated our bylaws to what RI recommended. It also provided flexibility and consistency. And we took out all the governance stuff and created an MOP. We also opened up our leadership opportunities to anybody. It wasn't restricted to the long-term Rotarians or for the people that are older or even that were experienced. We give everybody a chance. We also outsourced key activities that we needed to get done, administrative work, bookkeeper, social media. We put together the content, they put it out. We publish posts 3 times a week on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Actually on Facebook every day. We have a best-in-class website that's always up to date with the latest and the greatest, our projects, our meetings. We have testimonials, we have information about our club. Then we embrace technology. We use products like Zoom, PayPal, Sign-Up Genius, Wufoo, Canva, Doodle, ActiveCampaign, Zapier. We hadn't used any of these 3 years ago. Now we used all of them, and it made us a better club. So now, when we think about the future, namely this Rotary year, this is how we're going to increase our ability to adapt. Further embracing technology. We're going to embrace our community more by being part of the community being part of us. That's how we learn how to adapt. Geography. Even though we are a Plano club, that's our core, through technology, we're able to do things in any location possible where our members are located. And then we're being flexible. The technology and an open mind allows us to be flexible in all the different areas. That is how we're increasing our ability to adapt for this Rotary year. And by accomplishing all this, our goal is together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our community, and in ourselves. So what I'm showing you here are some concrete steps. I'm not gonna read them, but I want you to go ahead and take a picture. These are the steps that you could do for your club to increase your impact. These are steps that you can do to expand your reach. Go ahead, take a picture. These are steps that you could take to enhance participant engagement. And last but not least, these are steps that you can do to increase your ability to adapt. And there's a lot of things.
That's all, folks.
Thank you very much for allowing me to speak to you today.